अभित्वा सिन्धो शशमिन्न मातरो भाश्रा अर्षन्ति वजसे वधेनवाः राजे भजुद्भा नयसि त्वमित्सि चौजता सामग्रम् प्रमतामि नक्षसे इमम् मे गङ्गे यमुने सरस्वतिषु तत्रिस्तवम् सजता परुष्ण्या असिज्ञामरुद्वृधे वितस्तयार्ये गेयेषु डह्यासु शोमया.
These are shlokas 4 and 5 from the Nadi Stuti Sukta of the Rig Veda. These shlokas describe the majesty of the Sindu river along with the Saraswati, Ganga, Yamuna and other rivers. Of all the rivers mentioned, Sindhu and Saraswati feature prominently. In fact, there are several verses dedicated exclusively to the Saraswati in the Rig Veda, like verses 7 to 9 in the 17th Sukta of the 10th mandala, verse 11 in the 43rd Sukta of the 5th mandala, and so on. In the Rig Veda, the river Saraswati is mentioned more than 70 times. The earlier mandalas, like the 5th and 6th mandalas, note Saraswati as a mighty river. By the time of the later mandalas, Saraswati finds mention as one among the many rivers, with Sindhu taking over its place. Today, this once mighty river is nowhere to be seen. So what happened to the Saraswati? Is it a figment of imagination, or did it really exist? And does the name Indus Valley Civilization do justice to denote the ancient ancestors of this land? Let's take a look. The Saraswati river is nowhere on our maps today. Yet, the Nadi Stuti Sukta clearly defines the geographical location of the river Saraswati. It notes that the river lies between the river Yamuna in the east and the river Shatudri or the Satluj in the west. The Saraswati Valley has been detailedly described in the Shalya Parva of the Mahabharata. So the oldest religious texts note the existence of the Saraswati. What about geological evidence? While the river's lost bed was rediscovered in recent years through satellite imagery, it merely confirmed what had been known for over 2 centuries. As early as in 1760, a British map from the Library Atlas showed the Saraswati joining the Ghaggar in Punjab. Even today, a small stream called Saraswati seasonally flows there. In 1778, James Rennell, a noted English geographer and cartographer, published his map of Hindustan or the Mughal Empire with similar details. The first scholar to propose that the Ghaggar Saraswati combine was the relic of the Vedic Saraswati was the French geographer Louis Vivien de Saint-Martin, who authored in 1855 a massive study of the geography of India's northwest according to the Vedic hymns. Subsequently, nearly all Indologists, from Max Muller to Monier Williams or MacDonald, and later Louis Renault, accepted this thesis. Archaeologists and researchers have today arrived at the conclusion that the Ghaggar river of today is a remnant of the mighty Saraswati. It is between this mighty Saraswati and Sindhu rivers thrived the early Indian civilization, what we know as the Harappan civilization or the Indus Valley civilization. Back in the day, this region between Saraswati and Sindhu, which falls in today's Rajasthan, Gujarat and across the border in Pakistan, was not arid as it is now. It used to be a green region that hosted a big river system leading to establishment of settlements. In fact, most of the early Harappan settlements are concentrated around the Saraswati Valley and not in the Indus Valley. Excavations at prominent sites like Kalibangan, Pilibangan, Lothal, Rakigadi have led to the finding of fire altars and ritualistic materials. But then the Saraswati did not have an even history. Later Vedic texts depict it as disappearing in the desert at a point called the Vinashana or Adarshana, which soon became a highly revered pilgrimage site. Scholars today identify this site in northern Rajasthan's Hanumangarh district. Even the Mahabharata paints a similar picture, detailing the broken up westward course of the river. Studies have revealed that the Saraswati river disappeared around 5,000 years ago due to climatic and tectonic changes. Due to an earthquake in 2600 BC, the river lost 2 of its major tributaries, the Yamuna and Satluj, one joining the Ganga and the other joined the Indus. Without a perennial glacial source, the Saraswati river became rain-fed seasonal river and eventually dried up. The relic of this lost river is preserved as paleo channels under the cover of alluvium. Through remote sensing and GIS, these paleo channels have been marked and documented by ISRO's Bhuvan Geo platform. Despite all these evidences hidden in plain sight, how did the Saraswati become a myth? In the 1980s, a group of historians claimed that Saraswati was a mythical river in order to support their own mythical theories of Aryan invasion and Aryan Dravidian divide. A few of them even placed the Saraswati in Afghanistan in complete contrast to detailed description found in the ancient Indian literature. Had the river been mythical, as some historians point out, the river's precise geographical details would not have been passed down to us. From the Vedic texts and other ancient literature to British era reports, post-independence archaeological excavation and modern satellite studies, it becomes clear that the Saraswati River, an important but lost link to India's civilizational history, existed and is probably reduced to a seasonal stream in a nondescript village.